Hello, guys. And this week I'm coming up live pretty much every day. And today, and again, why? Is because the week that we said that we are going to touch into the subjects that are relevant to our Donna's and I journey of spiritual connection or development, and how we bring that into our lives and the things we do. And today, what I wanted to talk about is like the title of this live was, okay, the human versus the meditator, and is that a thing, right? And what I meant by that is that a lot of people that I meet, they tell me that meditation, that they don't feel comfortable with it, that it's not for them. Like they can't possibly stay still for that long or quiet their thoughts that way. That a lot of times they don't also either connect with what's the use, what is really the sense, what is that bringing into my life. And I can tell you from my personal experience, there's a lot of myths around that. And the way I discovered that, it was by doing it myself. I remember at some point in, and you know this about me, that when I was at the darkest space in my life, mentally, physically, definitely, and emotionally on top of, I came to a point that I felt it in my bones that it was a matter of survival, that I changed the status quo of things in my life. It was to that point that I said, you know what, I'm done. I want better. I want healthier. I want happier. I want flow in my life. I want my smile to be genuine and connected to a space where I'm really are, right? And in that journey, I was introduced to meditation very, 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 very early. And it wasn't, when that happened, it wasn't meditation, because meditation is going to give you this. The way that it was introduced to me was, you need to do meditation because that will create the basis for you to heal X, Y, or Z. And I was all about healing. In that occasion, it was about traumas, emotional traumas, and historical imprints. And I said, no, awesome. If what I need to do to heal this is to start meditating, I'm game. Right? So I didn't think a lot about what that would create for me or what needed to happen for that to work. I just went with the guidance, single mindedly focused on healing. And that is how I became a meditator. It was the time where I said the first myth that was broken for me, debunked, was, you need to quiet your mind. That's actually not true. You can't do that. That would be the same as saying to your heart, stop beating, because your thoughts are always there. There's no way that you can cut them. What you can do is lead your awareness to something else. And even if your thoughts are happening, your attention is on something else. And when that happens, the volume of your thoughts goes down, right? So that happened first. That was the first debunking. The other one is thinking that every session of meditation could create this experience, right? That out of like blissful and stuff. That's also not true. Meditation is a cyclic phenomenon. It creates this thing that either in one session or along your whole practice, you have periods where you are going through the gap and you are in a place where you totally lose track of time or space or all of it, or even the human identity. And then you come back into a place where you're thinking about the groceries and the things that you wanted to do, and you are fully in your head. The thing is, or you feel you're jittery in your physical body, and you have sensations, and maybe it's a little bit of pain coming up here and there. Those things are a result of that space where you went into, because that space is so healing that it creates space for you to free the things that you have been holding in you that have been creating unhealth. And that might translate into thoughts being coming through, because or memories maybe, or tapping into a problem or whatever that you have been thinking about, or your physical body reacting. For some people, it's shaking even. So that is all of your physical body, including the mind, getting rid of stuff because you created the space for that to be possible during that period of time that you were, spaced out in the zone, whatever you want to call it. And that might happen like a second, a fraction of a second might be enough for you to create the space to free things. That is true not only for the session, but for the whole practice. Some sessions might be, super blissful, and other ones might feel like, dear goodness, I was thinking the whole way through. It doesn't matter. It is actually working. You just show up for your practice. So why was I talking about the human versus the meditator, right? Is because we use those stories around the things that we cannot do, that's our humanity, to justify the fact that we don't go into trying or aiming for the meditator thing. Also, because we think, some people actually have said that to me, is that you think that this is going to put me in a place where I'm not going to be fully present in what I'm doing. Couldn't be far, oh dear goodness, couldn't be farthest from the truth. Because what really happens is that while you have that practice, you become even more effective, available, present, clear-headed into whatever you're doing. So your meditator definitely influences your human, right? So there is actually no contradiction between the two. There is no fight. It is a matter of getting into a decision or a space in your head where you decide to try something that is going to reveal to you the many layers to your humanity and your spirituality. Meditation changed my life. And the way I describe it to people is, before meditating, I was looking at the world through a hole in a wall. It was that limited. And because of that, everything that happened to me, that could happen to me, had this humongous relevance in everything that I was doing. When I started meditating, that wall came down. And all of a sudden, instead of experiencing the world through a very limited space, filtered by my beliefs, the perceptions that I've had, the story that I had been accumulated, my imprints at all levels, the mental imprints, as the belief, the fears, the doubts, my energetic imprints, that's all of the blockages in my energy flow, my emotional imprints, that's all the traumas that I had accumulated. All of that was filtering the perception that I had that I was having from the world and my circumstances. But when that wall fell, then there was no filtering any longer. You realize that there is a lot more to the world and to living than the things that you were perceiving before. And therefore, it's not that you see less, it's that you see more. It's not that things are less relevant, it's that the perspective changes. And what you thought was crucial and it is super important in your life, all of a sudden you realize it isn't. It's just a drop in the ocean. And that gives you a lot more resilience at all levels and a lot of space for you to, again, keep healing. So the human and the meditator go hand in hand if you allow them. And I am walking proof of that. Meditation, again, changed my life. And if you have any kind of curiosity around this, if you want to chat, to have a chat on, or to have answers around the beliefs that you have around meditation and why are they good to you, or why do you do them, or how do you accommodate the practice into your schedule, your living, your lifestyle, if that is what you need, let us know and say question, or just messages the question, or just put it right here, and we can address it and answer it. Okay, and we are going to share with you how is it that we experience every day in ourselves, in our practice, Donna and I and mine, or in our clients, because that's something that we do as well. Okay, so love you to pieces. See you tomorrow, and keep in touch. Okay, keep engaged this week, that we are revealing all of this juicy stuff about our spiritual journey. Mwah! Have an amazing day, and see you tomorrow.